All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at what's going on the 17th. Now, here we've got gold. I've already put the Astro hours up there. Now, with gold, remember swing days Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that's your Monday, right? Market going up into Wednesday, retracing, making a low, and then going back up again. So pretty, it's on the dot. It could have gone even lower into Friday, or I said it could go up as well into Friday as well. But think about it for a moment. That's Monday making a swing low, and then market making a swing high on Wednesday to retrace, and now we're going up into Friday. Now we should go further up, shouldn't we? A good place to get back in the game if it comes back down is 1973. And also yesterday, the market just didn't pop back down. This is 1973 here. If the market comes back down here, it's okay. Yesterday, I also said if the market comes back down, we could go longer than extra hour. But as you can see, it was in the middle zone, okay? Because that was the resistance. This was the support coming in from Wednesday, okay? And then this is Thursday, as you can see. And I said, look out for this zone because from this zone onwards, we're expecting a breakout. And whichever direction it breaks out, which is, as you can see here, it should go into these Astro hours. And that's what the market did. It came to the target as well. Remember, we had 1983 here. And this, in between this level here, yesterday, yeah, that was the move there. Okay, so pretty much 215 to 420, and that's your 420 there. All right. And then the breakout happening, as you can see. So going into the targets after. Now, today as well. Now, if you take a look at today, let me just put the Astro hours there. Rightio. So this is the setup. Let me just make this a little bigger. Here we are. All right. And that's the daily pivot there happening. That's your retracement. If it comes back into the Astro hours, we can push up. I've got 1999 to 2028 there coming from these PST levels. So the pullback to go up is okay. 65 and 71 are there. So we should probably hit 65, which is that 2000 zone. On the weekly, 60 is 2025. So 2028 is there. So let's put 2025 there as well, because I'll tell you why. Because we've got aspects coming in pretty much in the evening right before closure, okay, where the value should be like extreme. It should be like high. So we're either going to end up here or like, the market should be at a weird level, okay, which should just not make sense to us. All right. It should be like a bit of a senseless situation. So because Friday is also a swing day, you have to be careful during this hour. But because there's a breakout, we want to follow that up. Okay, so we should at least get to 2000, at least. Okay, now here I've marked these levels as well. This is 2025, 2028, as you can see here. So these are reasonable targets, and I've marked in this bar here before where the market sold off again. So heading back up into that 2015, 25, 28 is logical. So if you even want to put 2015 somewhere in between where you can see, you can manage the trade as well, is doable. I'm just going to refresh that. If I refresh that, that's going to be your daily pivot there. If it comes down into the Astro hours, I think it's viable. Until 11:35, we might have a sudden kind of like nervous push in the market. That should bring us into 11:25, 11:35 my time, which is going to be 10:35, 10:20, 10:35 on the platform, which is about here. And if that's the case, then the market should start to sizzle in the afternoon. If it makes a U-turn from here, I think we can follow this through nicely. Okay. And you got to be careful at these hours, because if the market does follow through, we should hit targets. But if it hits a target, we should have like a push behind it coming into that 7 o'clock, and then, and then pushing through. All right. So the New York opening hours and pre-session is going to be around here. So obviously, once again, that's going to be an important thing. And with financial astrology, as you can see, it's nice to see the zone where you can pick things up. And that's pretty good here as well. Also, just the market breaking out exactly just after this period here nicely. So if you made use of that, great. Here, as you can see, the market was sideways in the middle of nowhere. Resistance, support, very tricky place to trade. Okay. This is why if you know astrology, financial astrology, you can like target the hours and expect when things going to happen. And once the market breaks out, you've kind of got direction and you can say, well, you know what, I can just go in that direction and that's fine. And that's that. So let's take a look at SP 500. Here we have SP 500. Now remember with SP 500, we also said this zone is a sell zone. Therefore, we're going to be sellers at the tops here, and that's what we're looking at. All right. And we said Wednesday and Friday are going to be swing days. Now look at Wednesday, the market made that top. Thursday retracement. So Friday again being tops to short, I think is not a bad idea. So if we take a look at the weekly, you see that we're at these levels. So looking to short is not a bad idea in my opinion. And once again, this was that tricky zone. You see how the market went up, down, up again. Now, remember I said in the video, this could be a distribution phase, and look how it's turning out to be a distribution phase. Market heads up, you see it's like distribution. So the lows are being bought and the highs are being sold. And this is exactly what you got to look out for. So when we're in this target zone, what you want to do is when the market is looking like a distribution phase, and this is exactly what it should be looking like. The market's like gone to a high level and it's made this high here, and then we should like tap in here again. Like this zone is now pretty much a sell zone. As you can see, market boom, boom, making a lower high, going sideways, 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 sideways. From here picking up, it should dip down, go up, sell off. Okay, do you see what I mean? Dip down, go up, sell off. So this is the kind of setup you want to be looking for when the market is at highs at the distribution. And this is why I always say, if we're in a sell zone, you got to be a little bit careful with this stuff. So you can sell the tops, and that at Astro Hours should give you a good entry. So I got 76 here, which is a price of 4523. So if I just come back here, 4523 is there. Okay, it's going to be a retesting of that, which is fine. Okay, which is fine. If it does that, we're okay to sell off. We might also be, let's take a look on the weekly. What do we got? 62 here, 4530 and 62. So 4530 is good, and 62 is also good. So selling the highs, I think, is the way to go at Astro Hours on this one. Once again, after this astrology happened, you see how the market just burst out. As you can see here as well, the market did not make lower lows. Well, it went a slightly lower, but it did not break the support there. Okay, and this was the manipulation bar, as you can see, which made the higher high. So, as you can see there. All right, so the market dipped in right into there, and it's also tapping into there to push out, coming back to push up into the Astro Hours. Okay, so same kind of deal here. If we go up, we're going to be looking to sell, but be mindful for Friday, especially the closing is going to be a bit tricky. There's a 551, which is going to be 445 on the platform. This should give us, okay, this tells us we're like, you know what I mean? This should be high levels for us, okay? This should be like extreme levels or levels where the market will want to like go around. But this is not the trigger hour, okay? This is the sign, okay? This is the sign. So next week also, any push up we can sell off as well on the SP 500, okay? Which is pretty much what we can do from these levels. Also this week actually, I said we should also be selling from here. The market showed a bit of a sell and then pushed higher up. This week, today's Friday, Monday, we should also be looking to sell, but we're going to keep an eye out on the gap here as well. Okay, so just be mindful there. All right. In any case, though, at these levels, we're not going to be buying, we're selling off because the market should break down. 73 is 4,504. So that's the first support, 4,504, which is pretty much right on your daily pivot there. If I just refresh this, we should get that level there. Now, if it breaks below this, okay, you have to be careful in this zone. Why? Because this is where the market picked up before. Like I said, this will be the low of the distribution setup. So you don't want to be selling at the lows. You always want to be selling at the highs when you think that the market is going to be shorting from a certain level, okay, which is what we're anticipating with the SP 500 as well. So let's now take a look at euro dollar. So in short, basically, if we go up into the Astro hours, we're looking to sell. Today is Friday. I don't work on Friday, as you guys know, but on Monday, if we're still hanging around here, and we'll see if we see a good push down next week, Monday, any pull-ups, we'll be looking to sell off. Now, let's take a look at euro dollar. This is euro dollar on the daily. Now, remember, I said this zone is okay to sell. And euro dollar, remember, Friday was a swing day. And this is also a level where we said the market should sell off. If we come back up, we should sell off. This is a good buy kiss zone, so no dramas there. If you take a look at where the market sold off, you can see those were the targets there. If you take a look at this, this is 5:15. Now, 5:15 was not an hour for us yesterday, okay? This is 5:15 on the platform. I had 5:25 my time, which was 4:25, which is right on this bar, 4:25. Is the pullback, but it had already made the targets, as you can see. And the other time we had yesterday, what was it? 3:50. This is 3:15. That's your 3:50 there. Market making the target. And then we had 250 on the platform. And this is your 250 on the platform there. And this is the level which I talked about, as you can see. And the market tapped in there. Where is that coming from? That's that last manipulation bar you see here. So the market tapped in. That's your Astro hour, pushing up, retracing back into the Astro hour in the zone, and then making the targets. And that's all good. So if you take a look at the euro dollar, now Friday is also going to be a swing day. So what we want to do is keep this in mind, which is 1.0931. 1.0931 is quite up there, as you can see, but we can keep it on the radar. On the weekly, as you can see, that 59, we already marked that in before. That was like a weekly target, 1.0906. 1.0906 there, which just nearly did it. This, once again, look, the market makes a high. Look at the distribution. Okay, this is just scratching to break down. And if it does break down, which it should, because we got a bunch of gaps there to fill. Okay, so let me just get rid of this so we don't get confused with a bunch of stuff. Okay, but these levels, at the end of the day, is what we're coming down to. All right, so if I just extend these, and then you'll see what's going on. All right. So any pull up into an Astro hour, selling off there, I think is the way to go. You can see how we had even highs here, market sweeping the stops. Despite the fact that this closed a little higher, still we have to be cautious because it closed higher, that it can push a little higher and then sell off. But we want to be sellers from the highs, especially that's going to work out for us next week. And then we should come back into the Venus line. Okay, and this is the Mercury line. Finding support here is also logical. Your daily support is 62, which is going to be 1.0805. 1.0805 is going to be here. Okay, which is right there. And on the weekly, as you can see, that if we touch that at an Astro hour, that's just going to be awesome. We might also do this next week. All right, so be mindful. We might maybe do this next week. If it touches it next week as well, want to be sellers from there as well. All right. So sell the highs. Look, this is no man's land now. This is your support. This is the support of yesterday. Okay. So this is still valid. Okay. In fact, this is still valid from this bar because this is where the market got triggered. You see, this is where the market got triggered and pushed up. But this is the higher high there. So this zone is still going to be active for us today, but you see it's been tapping around too much. Okay, and we've got even lows here. So it might dip down, sweep the stops, push up, and then from any one of these levels at an Astro hour, we're happy to sell. I'm going to get rid of this because it's not on the daily. That's your daily, that's your weekly, and this is no man's land. So where you can sell up again is if the market comes up into the highs of yesterday or higher into your PST levels, and that's all fine. All right, and then if the market goes down, that's going to be your first target. That's the first support of the day. Keep an eye out for 0755, but that's looking a bit too far out. So if you're to sell, this is your first target there, 0755. I'm just going to put it there as well. Okay, but the market is, I think, giving us like an opportunity for a swing. So we should have a swing, which should, the sign of it is today, like I said, at 550. Okay, that's that. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. Now, if we take a look at Dow Jones, you'll see Dow Jones Thursday was a swing day. That's your Thursday, and we're in a Friday today. So Wednesday was a swing day for SB 500, as you know. So the market is low. Dow Jones swing day Thursday, right on the target. If you take a look at this, let's take a look. What time was that happening? Okay, that's 4:45, which is on the platform is 4:45. And remember, what we had was 5:25. So a little bit, which is going to be 4:25 on the platform, which is on that bar. So this is making it high, making it touching that target. This is a bit tricky, as you can see, right on the spot. If you bought this, you still should have been okay because, oh my goodness. Okay, yes, 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 okay. Right. Okay, so that's that. If you bought here, you should have been okay because that was a target for yesterday. And I did say this is a swing day. And I did say, guys, if you're going to buy the tops, I'd be careful because we're looking to sell in this zone. You can see this is a nice sell zone, 75, 35,033 today, 35,033. Let me just put this as 35,33, which is pretty much there. All right. So this is today, and it's pretty much, as you can see there. All right. So the market doing these levels and selling down, I think, is not a bad idea. I'd like to, start pushing down. The first support is 71, 34,900. If it breaks below 34,900, let's come down here. This is 34,900. If we break below 34,900, okay, then pushing up is, we want to be pushing down. Okay, so any retracement up into an Astro hour, you want to be selling off as well. Remember, we also had the closing for an Astro hour as well yesterday, and also if you take a look, what do we have? We had what's this? 11:15. We didn't have an 11:15. We had 12:50, which is 11:50 on the platform, which is there. As you can see, this is a bit in the middle of nowhere, but selling should be done on the targets there. So this is pretty much the zone, as you can see. Is there a higher level? Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, weekly, it's that 58, which the market 35,018 has already done. One level above it is 61. If it does something crazy like go up 35,406, 35,406 is there. This is also going to be a sell level, but at Astro hours, I'd be selling this off if we're at the tops here. Or what you can do is you can wait. Okay, what you can do is you can wait for the market to push down, break the support, which is going to be this level here. Okay, that's the price. This is the manipulation bar there. Okay, let's just do this a little fast here. All right, so this is the zone. Any breakout below this, then your pullback is going to be a sell option. So if the market crashes down, then pulls up into an Astro hour, sell is your option. Okay. NASDAQ, let's take a look at the daily here. All right, we're in the sell zone. Remember with NASDAQ, Monday, Tuesday, Friday. So today is good. That's a good buy kiss there, 74, 15,850. Okay, so looking to sell the highs is good. Okay, 850 is right there, as you can see. Okay, that's your 15,850 there. So this is a sell zone as well. Okay, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Okay, we had that Tuesday level as well. So Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, they were the swing days. Okay, so that's your Monday. Market making a high on Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday was the swing of the SP 500. So as you can see, market going together. And we've got Thursday, Friday. Thursday swing day for Dow Jones, hasn't made any higher highs. And Friday is also a swing day for all of them. For Dow Jones, SP 500 plus NASDAQ is a swing day for all of them. So at Astro hours, we want to sell at technical levels or the highs of the week as well. You're also good to sell there as well. All right, on the highs, as you can see. So just mark them in. Okay, if you want a little bit of help. If you want to sell in this zone at an Astro hour as well, it's doable if it pops up, or the PST levels. Okay, but as you can see, shorting, in my opinion, is the way to go. If it touches that 77, 16,033, again, that's going to be a sell level. 16,033, just a slightly lower than that, as you can see. And that's also fine. On the weekly, that level, if it touches it, it's great. 16,045. So 16,045 is right there, as you can see. And that's also a nice level there. Okay. So selling the highs, I think, is the better way to go. Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin here on the daily. Remember, these zones are swing days. I said you could sell off, and look at that right on that yellow dotted line. Right on the yellow dotted line. That's it. Your swing day, bang. Swing day, bang. So it's all good. Nothing dramatic here. And I did say you can sell the highs with this. There's no getting around it. If the market goes up, you can sell it. That's your Astro hour there. Let's take a look at the other Astro hours. We had like 250, didn't we? 250 is there, the market going down there. And then before we had 250, we had 930, but 930, where's 930? That's your 930 there. Right, so from the highs, the market just sizzling down into that closing hours of the Astro, at the Astro hours, which should be around 9:30. That's your 9:30 bar right there. Okay, 9:30, which is 10:30 my time. So between 9:30 to 10:20, you should have made that target, and that's your 10:20 bar happening there. Okay. And that's it, basically. So pushing further down is okay. We marked in the targets before. On the weekly, like I said, these are levels where the market filled in the gap. If the market closes, if this weekly closes below this here, it's going to be bearish. Any pull-up should send it down. We talked about that level before, and that was the level where the market picked up on Tuesday. I think it was, there you go, Tuesday. Okay, so we should come down and we should break that to go lower. And on the weekly, it should sizzle down back okay, probably into this white, into this blue line here somewhere. So we should sizzle down to push down. This is a pretty aggressive bar, as you can see. So there's a big, nice push up, but big pushes up are also an indication that the market will want to fill in a gap, check out the fair price and go back. So selling into this zone again is not a bad idea, which is on the daily should bring us back down at least into the 30 zone. All right, because you don't want to be buying the highs, you want to be selling the highs, and then we should sizzle down into that zone. All righty.